Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. We just had a very funny thing happen, so here we are. Just a quick announcement for everyone who's out there watching us, whether it's the first time or any time at all. Be sure to say something in the chat, whichever platform you're on, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Just say something so I know you're here. Otherwise, there's no way to put you in line for a reading. So, the first time, of course, there's no charge for reading, so don't be shy. And going forward after that, it's $100 for the entire month. And that covers 3 shows per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. So I've got a quick thought to share before I turn it over to Christopher for the readings this evening, which is this. On the title tonight, New Eyes, one critical component to any spiritual practice worth doing is to consistently look at life and everything going on with new eyes, a fresh perspective, in other words. Before the show started, my dad and I witnessed a little boy on a scooter. He was going along, but he lost his shoe and promptly had a huge tantrum about it. My dad's comment on it was, everyone's got problems. And really, to us, the boy's problem was nothing. But he was clearly very upset about the whole thing. So I think that can apply to us as well. That same wisdom. And to keep from throwing too many tantrums, just remember to take an alternative approach and look at things that seem problematic with new eyes. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Great evening. So Ken and I were laughing, and I think, and so was Giles. So Giles called me as the show was starting, about 5 minutes before the show, on FaceTime. And neither of us could hang up. I said, Giles, you have to hang up. He goes, well, can you hang up? And I went, no, you have to hang up. And neither of us could figure out how to hang up the FaceTime. So, oh, it was funny. But I shared that laugh with you. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Anyway, love you all. Here's some great incense for you. And this is for you to see things through new eyes. And I love the story about the little boy that Kenan shared, because his dad just said, go back and pick up the shoe. And kind of calmed him down. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I could do that, huh? So that's sometimes what I love doing about the show, is just reminding you, and I need reminding, go back and pick up the shoe. You know, it's seeing things through new eyes. In other words, how else can I see this situation? So that's the incense tonight. That's the blessing, to see things in a different light. We've talked about this. For instance, when you've lost somebody, that they've crossed over to the other side, when you're missing them, it's an indication that they're by you. And rather than communicate with them or endeavor to communicate with them, meditate, people get caught up in the grief. Oh, I lost my shoe. Or I lost my loved one. But can you see things through, this is one example, can you see things through new eyes, that when you're feeling maybe grief or a loss, that you're feeling their presence. So, group card. Let's do group card. This is the spiral. And the spiral came to us again. We've had the spiral on the show before. And I always, again, see things through new eyes, that there's a message here again for all of us. And it has to do, the spiral represents this ongoing process of growth, transformation, and liberation. And then growth, transformation, and liberation. It's being self-aware and mindful. So the spiral, both, it goes in eternally, it spirals out eternally. So to give you an idea of a situation, I got a dental bill, and I thought the insurance covered it. Now, I could have been really upset about it because I thought the insurance was going to cover everything, and surprise, no, it didn't. So instead I went into, you know what, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, people died because they couldn't get their teeth fixed. And I looked at it more into a positive outlook. More than just even the glass half full. It's really looking at a situation. For instance, if you're standing 10 feet away from your television and you take a step forward, you may not notice much change, but you take another step forward until you're face to face with the television, and you can actually see the tiny pixels that comprise the picture. It's that. It's like taking a look at a situation more closely, or you can call me or text me, instant message me, to have another pair. You've heard this, get another set of eyes on a situation. That is always helpful too, is to be able to look at the situation in a certain way. Okay, so that's the group card tonight. It's about you being more, and it's also an acknowledgement for everyone on the show about their self-awareness going deeper. It's being more self-aware of maybe even how you're coming across. It's like Laurel, when Laurel came to visit, I sometimes get really quiet, and she goes, you get really quiet. And I went, yeah, I have 4 Scorpios in my main houses, sun, moon, blah, blah, blah. And that can appear to people to be mysterious or maybe even aloof, and I don't even realize it. And so that's an example of self-awareness, is how you may be coming across to other people. So I appreciated Laurel bringing that up again, because it's like, oh yeah, it's a reminder, right? She's giving me another set of eyes to look at how I might come across, because Scorpios can be really scary, but I don't think my messages are really scary. So it was good. But I do drift off, but it's not really drifting off. And you've seen me do this on the show with each one of you, where I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, I'm seeing this, and then I have to translate it and how to explain it to you. So looking at life, looking at what you're going through right now with different eyes, how can I look at this differently? That's what we're going for. Okay, we have got Lindsay, Marilyn, Giles, Laurel, Tiffany, Abby, Marilyn, and Jennifer Riley. Welcome, Jennifer. Great to have you. Okay, so we'll go through this one at a time. So Marilyn, this is the breakthrough card. Great card. it's not just one breakthrough, but wait, there's more. I feel like a Ronco knife commercial. But wait, there's more. You also get a potato peeler. And probably, Lindsay, you don't remember those commercials, but I guarantee Marilyn, Giles, Laurel, Tiffany, Abby Marilyn may remember those. Jennifer, I'm not so sure. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to Laurel this weekend, this Sunday. Yesterday, my gosh, it was like we were in Sedona for like 3 weeks. This is what it felt like, but we were only there like 5-6 hours. And there were some major breakthroughs. And so when you have a breakthrough, Marilyn, it takes time to process that. And that process is a forward movement, but it's also things dropping off the past for you. Like exhaust, or things that used to exhaust you. So this is like more energy coming your way. But when you have these aha moments, it can space you out and know when you've had enough. Like by 2 o'clock, Laurel and I we'd gone to 2 major vortexes and we were maxed. And we knew that was setting up the energy for even more breakthroughs. But you've got to have the rest. Like you've got to have, and some days it's just a couple of hours of rest. Sometimes it's a couple of weeks of rest. And there's no judgment on it. So you've been having these breakthroughs. It's not going to be necessarily day after day after day you have these breakthroughs. You're going to have a breakthrough, and then it may be a week or 2 or a month or 2 months or however long. It's not about how many breakthroughs you have. It's about the quality, not the quantity. And again, everyone on this show is about spiraling inward. Okay, it's about looking at your soul. This is the soul connection. I wanted to share in history or in different cultures. I wanted to share some of these things with you. Give me just a moment. So it's man's symbol of the progress of the soul towards eternal life. As the inward winding labyrinth, it constitutes the hero's journey to the still center where the secret of life is found. Okay? It's a symbol of growth and evolution. So you want to focus on having your legs and be free of the fear of losing your tail. I'm using the evolution, right? Darwin. I hope you got that, Marilyn. It's the journey and change of life as it unfolds, taking a labyrinth-like passage that leads to source. So sometimes, like when you think about taking a step toward, let's say, the television, or a step toward a spot on the wall, it doesn't feel like you're seeing it any closer, but you are. Or you're seeing things differently, even though your conscious mind doesn't realize it. The spiral symbol, it represents the consciousness of nature beginning from its center and expanding outward, but also inward at the same time. Okay? but it represents the connectivity to the divine. And it's this inner peace. So kudos on your breakthroughs, but it's also an indication of when you have a breakthrough, be willing to let go. Let's say, Lindsay, losing your job doesn't seem like a breakthrough, but it is. It is. There's a reason for it, and you may not understand the reason right now. So it's like if you have writing on the wall, but it's very small, you take a step forward, and then you can read the writing on the wall. That's the breakthrough card. So I did pull this for Marilyn, but it really applies to Lindsay, Giles, Laurel, Tiffany, Abby, Marilyn, Jennifer. All right, my dear Lindsay, here we go. Yeah, you know what? Use this time to rejoice. Because this is the Rejoicer card, but when you have when a house is built, there's oh my gosh, Giles, I know you know the name of this. It's a structural, like a structural wall. And if you tear that down, the house could collapse. What you're going through is not a structural wall that was knocked down. It was just simply a pillar that you thought was a structural wall. But it's offering you a chance to look at things differently. I'm not going to say a pillar, I'm going to say a wall. Like this was a wall that was broken down. And it's your higher self that broke it down. And our logical mind many times isn't connected to source. It reverts to what we're used to. And that is not this. This is where there was an actual breakthrough where your higher self, this job did not work out or ended, and there's something new coming in that is better, bigger, more happier, more fulfilling. That's the word, more fulfilling. Load bearing wall. Yeah, thank you, Giles. So go to Bali, you say? Yeah. So choose to focus on it's like getting this bill for my teeth. Well, also the fan of my air conditioner went out. And I was out there and one of my neighbors came over. He owns his own air conditioning company. Like, what are the chances of that? And so it's like, oh, I get to know the neighbor who's helping me out. And I'm like, it's this journey. I'm looking at getting to know somebody that I really haven't gotten to know before, but also getting my air conditioner fixed, which is important in Arizona. It's October, the middle of October. It's still 100 degrees out during the day. So these are things to be grateful for. More time with your kids, more time for your art, all of that. But it's also going to work out for you financially and job-wise, big time. Yeah, you said you feel like the lights have got turned back on. It's been a great eye opener. Yeah, looking at things a new way. Absolutely. I'm so happy for you. I had a client a few months ago. Just drama at her work, and so they let her go. And she texted me, and she's like, "I got the job of my dreams." So that's what this card is. It's like rejoice and create more rejoicing. All right, my dear Giles. Giles, get back into your art. This is the Inventor card. Get back into your art, period. It is a therapy. Like, you can even go to, they even have what they call art therapy classes that you can attend. So this is, you need to be around people that will we'll call it shoot the bull with you, but in doing that, it will give you ideas to work with. But it's really important to get back into your art. And to get back into creating something. If you've been thinking about fixing something in your house, do it. Get it done. Okay, awesome. Jeff's on. Jeff jumped. Yeah, awesome.
He's in Los Angeles, Jeff.
Jeff's in LA. Hi, Nina. I know who you are. Thanks for being here. Okay. All right, my dear Laurel. Houston representing. Use this time to prepare. This is the commencement. So it's the ending of an old way of being. You can focus on things not working or not feeling the same, or you can focus on, oh, where is this going? We talked today, when you got home, this is the commencement. So it's like a graduation. And when you graduate, you leave high school or college, and then you move into the real world, they call it. This is beginning to see things through new eyes. So it is a new beginning. How else could this be?
So Laura, please do share our conversation about our house.
Yeah. So Laura, we talked today, and when you got home, so this card is perfect for you. So Laurel was here over the weekend. We went up to Sedona. She got back today. And our conversation, I just wanted to call her to make sure she made it home, and her house didn't feel the same. It didn't feel right. And that's where she wrote in the comments that she has to look at things through new eyes. So obviously it was not going to feel the same. Just like Alice in Wonderland took the potion and then she grew really big. And the place she was in didn't look the same. And it felt a little cramped. Go with it. Go with it. You're growing. You're moving. It's going to feel uncomfortable. That's the whole thing with, you can get the excitement about, yes, going to Sedona, and then when you get these ahas, it's like, uh-oh, I'm expanding. And then it's about not drinking the potion that makes you small again, but moving into a new place. You're moving into a new place. Focus on that, where you're growing, where you're going, where you're going to. Okay. All right, my dear Tiffany. There's some really great messages here tonight. I'm really proud of you. All right. A raise, Tiffany, a promotion, be free of going, well, wait a minute, what do I have to do for this? Like, does this mean more responsibility? No, it's a reward. View it as a reward. View it as um, it's this. So this is one of my examples where I'm like going out. Okay, so be patient with me, Tiffany. Here, it's about honoring your own worth more. Understanding, seeing yourself with different eyes, and allowing the universe to reward you. But not just the universe, but other people with their compliments. Like, for instance, if people say to you, oh gosh, that was such a great job. Oh, no, no, no. Be free of going, oh, no, no, no. Well, say thank you. Just say thank you. Without going into any self-deprecation, any denial of your abilities. This is honoring your own abilities, and the more you honor your own abilities, the more recognition. So it's about releasing, clearing, destroying, and creating the fear of recognition, or thinking that recognition is going to mean more responsibility, or making in any way, shape, or form, making it uncomfortable for you. You were born to stand out. This is where you're moving into, is this ability to stand out. That's what a true leader is. And you get rewarded for that in many ways, more than just financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Okay. All right, Abby. Magician. your guides are your guides are doing this. Bravo. There are people who are sleight of hand magicians. Okay. Oh, so they're trying to fool you. I'm so great. I can pull a card out of the ether, but it's actually out of their sleeve, and you can see through it. So you just go, oh, good job. And you're not impressed. This is, you don't even have to acknowledge those people that are around you that kind of live in this ego. You're interested in only true magic, and true magic is transformation. True apology. Okay, anyone in your life that says, I'm sorry a lot, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. True form of apology is change, Abby. The I'm sorry is the sleight of hand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay. This is moving. Yeah. What's that?
That's the trick. It's the crocodile tears.
Yeah, it's like Kenan says crocodile tears. He goes, that's the they're trying to trick you, and you see through it. So honor that gut feeling. That's the true magician. You've been doing this long enough. You know, there's even a show on TV that Penn and Teller try to figure out other people's tricks and how they're doing it. That's you. Like, you're Penn, Marilyn's Teller. Okay. Like, you guys know. You guys know. And homie, don't play that game no more. And you don't have to play with those people anymore. Okay. All right, my dear Marilyn. Oh, passion. Passion. This is you moving into your passion. Didn't she get this? Possibly. I think you got the passion card before as well. But this is your you need more color. Oranges, these oranges, these bright reds, solar plexus, the base chakra. It is moving your hips, like stretching your hips, do a yoga class. You've got to move your hips. You've got to move it for mobility. It's I watched an interview with Clint Eastwood, who's in his 90s now, and I watched it like 20 years ago when he was in his 70s. And he's like, I actually have to work harder as I get older to keep my body in shape. This is keeping your solar plexus and your lower back and your hips moving. Stretching, gentle stretches. Kenan's so good at that. Like he spends a couple days a week even working with me, and that's with you is stretching. And then Abby from the card last night, laying on the hands. Okay. Jennifer, it's so good to have you on the show. And then we got Jeff and Lily, okay? Well, Nina. But, all right, Jennifer, here we go. This is seeing things through new eyes, Jennifer. This is the player card. It's, again, I'm going to go back to Abby and Marilyn and knowing who's a player and who isn't. This is being more in charge of your life rather than allowing other people to be in charge of your life. Stop going to other people's yards and playing their games. Have your own party, have your own games at your own house without in any way, shape, or form, without being free of feeling like the outcast in any way, shape, or form. Again, people spend their times trying to fit in. They spend their lives trying to fit in when they weren't meant to fit in at all. They are meant to stand out. And there's something coming your way where you're going to be able to use what you've learned so far in your life to be able to expand. Like create your own game, your own, and not get mad about whether people want to play or not. Just have a blast and people will join you without coercion, without talking them into it. This is you really enjoying it and you really believing it. Your balloon is on the rise. Okay? And when the balloon is on the rise, in older times, the balloons aren't so much like this anymore, but they used to have to drop off the sandbags so that the ballast, it would rise. This is you rising above. You're right there. You're done being coerced or playing other people's games. Okay. Then we've got Jeff in LA. All right, Jeff, I hope you're having a great time. Jeff in LA. Okay. So, Jeff, this is the oppression card. We've talked about this, that sometimes the hardest word in the English language to pronounce is N-O, no. And again, this is a combination of all of the cards before Jeff, where people maybe want something from you or trying to coerce you or try to box you in or minimalize you or want something from you. That's it. Anywhere where anyone wants something from you, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that out of your field? Inappropriately wanting something from you. This is you coming into your own without that oppression from other people or other old ways of thinking that maybe have confined you. This is your ability to expand, and that's what's going to be happening. Things are going to be expanding for you. Be open to that expansion more so. All right, Lily. And then we've got Voyager.
They don't want to be.
Okay. Okay. All right, Lily, here we go. Nina, thanks for being on the show. So here we go. Emperor. You're getting the reins back on your chariot. It's like a charioteer, or those old westerns where they're on the wagons and they're being shot at, and then they accidentally drop the reins of the horses, and then they have to climb on the horses and get the reins back. This is you getting back into your power. This is you getting your reins back, Lily. And you're a huge advocate for spirit, but it's okay to allow people to hit rock bottom, because they do. You know, we've talked about this at work years ago, where they do have to, you have to sometimes, what you do, allow people to hit rock bottom in order to actually get the lesson. And it's really hard, especially if it's your kids or your family. But I see you, this is the Emperor card. This is the, so I'm going to share on the show with everyone, Lee, that when I first met you, 8 years ago, I was pulling into the parking lot of a new job, and I see this black motorcycle pull up, black helmet, black visor, black leather, and I'm like, did I just step into the Matrix? Like, what even is that? Who is that? And you, I don't know, it was like a Clairol commercial. You take the helmet off and you shake your head, and it's you. It's that power. Step into your power. Be free of apologizing to your power to anyone or anything. This is you getting your power back full time. Big bada boom. Okay, we got everybody?
It's everybody.
All right. Text me, call me, instant message me if you have any questions. If you need to see something through another pair of eyes, I'm here for you. We'll do this again Wednesday night. Love you all. Have a great, great night.